more than just a game, more than just a story. It's a legend. It's incredible. It's probably the greatest thing I've ever experienced. And hell yeah, it's one of the best games in the world. What's up guys, it's your boy Taff from GeekAfrique, and today we're going to be discussing a legend of an RPG. Now, I admit, a video like this is probably about 6 years too late, as this game has been out for a long time, and for most dedicated gamers, it's definitely probably been played to death. I myself have already completed it now 3 times. It's getting a bit much, but it's that incredible, and it's just that worth mentioning. And today, I'd like to talk about what The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt and all associated DLCs means to me. Geralt as a character probably came in one of the more troubled parts of my life. Well, a lot of serious things going on in my personal life, and just recently lost my father, and we were in the middle of changing jobs and basically readjusting to our lives. So it came in at a time when I really just needed something else to look towards, you know. I was not ready for the future that was coming. And though things have gone fairly alright, and dare I say not bad for myself, I guess I just never predicted seeing all these moments, you know, after all of that, you know, being forced to work through these kind of things by myself. You know, I was a pretty young man, not as young as some people admittedly, but, you know, I guess at any age, when you lose someone that important to you, it's always gonna mess with you a bit. And yeah, it was like he walked in and basically helped me, he guided me. He didn't say anything, he didn't give me advice, he just gave me a story to latch on to. He gave me a feeling, and being that Geralt's entire story is how he just wants to search for what's essentially his long-lost daughter and his long-lost love in The Witcher 3, with obviously a lot more going on in between, much deeper, much more intense themes, wars, betrayal, the difficulty of factions, racism, sexism, all sorts of themes are covered in this. It became something that allowed me to distract myself from the pain, from the struggles, from trying to understand, you know, why this happened, when it happened, considering we always saw him as a healthy person, being my father, of course. And yeah, I guess it just helped me rationalize these things. It helped me understand, it helped me through. Grief is complex. Some people handle it differently to others. Some of us shy away, some of us embrace and feel the pain all the way through and through, but we're all going to show different aspects to it, different sides of it. We're all going to feel it in a different way, and I guess the way we deal with it is also going to be unique, and this game helped me with that, and I'm always grateful to it. Stories are engaging, the characters are incredible, the matters were mind-blowing for the time, the graphics still hold together personally as some of gaming's top, even though they are obviously hard games now that have far surpassed The Witcher's capability. But when you also look at the size of the world, it is special. Everything about this game is special. This game is special. Simple, straightforward. And I find it funny considering I just a few months ago attacked the same developers for the monumental tire fire that was Cyberpunk, but maybe that's the thing, because when they introduced me to The Witcher, they made me want to know everything about me. They made me want to know the story. They made me want to know who the developers were. They made me want to know who the original author of The Witcher was. They made me want to look for the books. They made me want to watch the new series on Netflix. They helped spawn the series on Netflix. It was an icon, and maybe that's why I held them to such a high regard. But besides, it doesn't take away from what The Witcher is. Cyberpunk is a different story, and maybe they'll get that right, but at least with this, they got it very right. Buggy when it released, yes, and it did have some issues, Remember it famously getting the nickname the Glitcher when it first came out. But either way, they've gotten it right, and though the game is still prone to some odd things, it's still incredible. It's still one of the greatest games I've ever played, and still one of the most special to me titles. Not just because of its arrival, but because of its timing, and because of what it helped guide me through. So that's why this game will always be one of the most special games I've ever played in my life. So recently, I have definitely had the privilege of getting to play a lot of top-class RPGs. Currently, I'm working through The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch. Also in the mobile playthrough of Yakuza, and I did start another one called Chris Tale. Yes, I know, I should pick a meal and finish it first before I start opening another one. But I'm curious like that, you know, and it just happens that way. And even when I run all of these up against The Witcher, excluding Breath of the Wild, it's wow. Really, I recommend that game to anybody. But I would say that not too many hold a candle. You know, the game world was immense, the choices especially, and the fact that the game basically reacted to your decisions. The fact that there were so many key moments that are going to change the outcome of your playthrough is what made it feel like a reactive living world. The fact that the world itself is so chock full of different people, interesting, you know, sort of people with their own crazy lives and their own ambitions and their own, you know, reasons for doing what they need to do. It's just mind-blowing. You know, you never see games sit down and think, we're going to make at least 20 to 30 different personalities, let alone construct hundreds of different models. Admittedly, a lot of similar, you know, there are some motifs. Certain kids who happen to always look the same throughout the village, or the different villages, but I have accepted that in a game of this scale, there had to be some cutbacks naturally. And considering CD Projekt Red were only just recently considered a AAA developer, it's understandable that, you know, the budget for The Witcher would have caused one or two cutbacks, but ultimately it has just been a success through and through. Obviously, we are all anticipating The Witcher 4. Here's to hoping we have a flawless release, which is obviously expecting far too much of video game developers nowadays, but somehow we just keep hoping that we're just going to get that release that we desperately need. And yeah, we want to see series story continue. We want to know how everything has been impacted by all the choices made by Geralt in The Witcher 3, and just generally want to see what more these incredible writers, these incredible developers can throw at us, and give them a chance for honest redemption. For I feel the talent is still there, the work ethic is still there, and the capability is still there. They just need to buckle down now and concentrate, because when a game is this good, when a game is this pure, this special, it needs a really well thought out follow-up. And though it is impossible to catch lightning in a bottle, you know, twice, I don't expect The Witcher 4 to absolutely break the world. I do just want it to be a success. Because as I said before, many times before, this game is special to me. This game is one of the greatest games I've ever played. The Witcher saved my life. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope it's been a good one, a little longer than usual, but I thought I had a bit more to say this time around. So I just wanted to make sure I got all my points across. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out Letstalkaboutgamessa. He does an incredible, awesome number of game playthroughs. I do sometimes throw my links up on my WhatsApp, but if you don't have me on social media, I'll write down the channel name for you in the description. But yeah, wherever you can, like, share, and subscribe to his videos as well. Otherwise, please stay with us at GeekAfrique.